31st July, Saint Ignatius Loyola, Priest, Memoria. Born in the year 1491 at Loyola in northern Spain, his early life was led at court and in the army, and later he was converted to a life of holiness. He studied theology at Paris and gathered companions around him, and afterwards at Rome he formed the Society of Jesus. He exercised a very fruitful apostolate by his written work and by the formation of his disciples who were outstanding in the reform of the Church. He died at Rome in the year 1556. A reading from the Acts of Saint Ignatius, taken down by Luis Gonzalez. Test the spirits to see if they be of God. Ignatius was very addicted to reading aimless and exaggerated books about the illustrious deeds of the famous, and when he felt well again, he asked for some to pass the time. But there were no books of that type in the house, and he was given a book called The Life of Christ and another, The Flower of the Saints, both in his native language. By reading these regularly, he developed a certain sympathy with what was written in them. Sometimes he took his mind off them and turned his thoughts to the type of story he used to read earlier on. Sometimes, according as it occurred to him, he thought about those idle inclinations and things of that nature, such as he used to think about formerly. But divine mercy was at hand, and in place of these thoughts, it used to substitute others from what he had recently read. For when he had read the lives of Christ, our Lord, and the saints, he would think to himself and ponder, what if I were to do what Blessed Francis did, or what Blessed Dominic did? And he used to meditate a good deal in this manner. This way of thinking lasted for some time, but then other things intervened, and he resumed his idle and worldly thoughts, and these persisted for a long time. He was involved in that succession of changes of mind for a considerable time. But there was a difference in his two types of subject for thought. When he was intent on his worldly interests, he got great pleasure at the time, but whenever he wearied of them and gave them up, he felt dejected and empty. On the other hand, when he thought about the austerities which he found that holy men practiced, not only did he find joy in the account of them, but when he stopped thinking of them, his joy remained unabated. However, he never noticed the difference or thought about it until one day it dawned on him and he began to wonder at it. He understood from experience that the one subject of thought left him dejection, while the other left him joy. This was the first conclusion which he reached concerning things of a supernatural nature. Afterwards, however, when he had undertaken spiritual exercises, this experience was the starting point for teaching his followers the discernment of spirits.